So I've had my Galaxy Fold for about 6 months now. Let's see if I still like it. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Drizzy Dre, and I'm back with another video for y'all today. As you can tell, I got a new intro. Had some time during this quarantine stuff to kind of revamp the channel a little bit, get some more animations and stuff going for y'all. So you'll see that throughout the video. If you like it, leave subscribe, tap that notification bell, and you'll see future videos from me. So let's get right into it. Okay, guys, so this is going to be my 6-month review on my Galaxy Fold. I got it a few months back. I actually did an unboxing video on my channel. If you want to go check it out, it's going to be in this top right hand corner. I'll leave it in the card. You can go watch that video and come back if you need to, but we're going to get right into it. So I just kind of want to start off with durability. I feel like this is probably going to be the biggest question and one of the hottest topics of this phone. So I want to just kind of preference by saying I live in West Texas. There's dirt blowing at all times of the day. I use this phone quite a bit for work and stuff. So I actually have my phone with me 24 hours of the day, unless I'm asleep, you know, obviously. But yeah, like I said, I have my phone with me in my pocket, have it out at, you know, when I'm going and doing my job and stuff like that. I actually use this phone quite a bit. So I will say so far, I've had no problems with it. Like I said, even with dirt and stuff like that, I haven't gotten it close to water. I will say that. And I don't want to try that. I know that's going to lead to problems. But as far as dirt getting on the screen, sometimes on the hinge and stuff, I just wipe it off and it's good to go. I haven't had too many problems with it. So I just kind of want to get that big point out of the way, just so we can kind of clear that up and kind of move into the actual details of the phone and how it performs and stuff. So let's get right into that. So to start it off, we're going to start off with this front screen. I know the inside screen is going to kind of be the biggest selling point of this phone, but I want to kind of go over this front screen just to kind of give y'all an idea of how it held up and what uses I've had for it so far. While I'm at work, obviously nobody's using my phone, it's just me. So while I'm at work, I don't have the biggest hands. I mean, they're decent size to the phone. Like I said, I don't have the biggest hands, so it works pretty fine for me. I will say this case that I bought off of Amazon, I'll leave a link down to it in the description, that way you can see, but this case does kind of raise the edge up quite a bit. So when I do go to text or something, it does tend to kind of block my fingers on the side, so it is a little bit harder, but this case offers the best protection for the phone. It obviously covers the hinge and stuff. The case actually folds into it, or this hinge part folds into the case as you open it right there, so that way it kind of disappears. And then let me push this because I don't like pushing on the screen. As you open it back up, it's going to pop back out and it covers the whole hinge, so that actually does come in handy. That's the reason why I've got this case. But yeah, as for the main screen, it works pretty fine. Like I said, I haven't had no problems with it. It gets the job done. Like I said, whenever I'm just using it at work, obviously I can send a quick text, calls, stuff like that. We actually use Google Chrome for one of our operating systems for my job. I'm not going to open the actual page, this is going to be a random page, but like I said, it works perfectly fine. I haven't had any problems and it's really reliable, and so like I said, it does work pretty well. Now, as for watching multimedia and stuff like that and content consumption on this phone, on the front screen, it is a little rough. I will say that. Obviously, everybody knows this front screen is not the biggest. You're going to want to use the inside screen, but it does kind of get the job done. Obviously, like I said, I can watch, you know, videos here and there in between work while I'm driving in between stores and stuff like that. I'll kind of set it up on my phone holder in the car and have it playing videos or podcasts, stuff like that, while I'm driving in between stores. So, I mean, it does somewhat get the job done. You're not going to want to use this screen for the, you know, day-to-day basis. The only thing I will say I do like about this screen is that you can crop it and make it full screen. The inside one does not do that so far. I don't know if YouTube is not going to update it and have that function available, but this one does do it. I don't see the case in it. You do lose a lot of real estate on the top and bottom whenever you have to zoom into the side so much, because these have some giant black bars, which is not the greatest again, but like I said, it does get the job done in a pinch. And also it is kind of handy if you're just trying to watch something without, you know, everybody else seeing around you. Let's say you're at an office or something, you're just trying to watch a quick video, you can throw it on here. You know, not everybody around the room is going to be looking at your giant screen on the inside, so it does somewhat get the job done. It's not the craziest, not the greatest, but it tends to work okay. As far as any kind of social media and stuff like that, I will say Instagram, it does tend to kind of crop off the tops and bottoms of stuff like this. It's nothing too crazy. Like I said, it gets the job done. The inside screen is going to be what you use the most for any kind of multimedia and content consumption. This is just a quick, hey, I got a call, I got to answer this real quick, send a quick text, email, stuff like that. It's just a kind of a get you over until you have to actually open the phone. So yeah, that's kind of the general synopsis of the front screen. Now, as for the main screen, this is going to be where, quote unquote, the magic happens. So shout out to MTV Cribs back in the 2000s when I used to watch that as a kid. So this is going to be where everything happens. This is going to be where you're mainly at. Of course, like I said, unless you're in a tight pinch, you just need to bring out your phone really quick and do something. This is going to be the main thing that you're using throughout the day. Like I said, so far I've had no problems with durability as far as the screen, anything, no kind of cracks, no deep scratches. I will say there's tiny scratches. The screen is plastic. Let me see if I can turn it off and you can kind of see it. There's smudges and stuff and little bitty scratches, as you can tell right there. But like I said, the screen is plastic, so that's bound to happen. I am going to be paying to get the, not free, but the cheaper screen repair for the first year. That way I can get this repaired, have a brand new, and I'm good to go. It's like, I think 150 bucks, because after the first year you have to pay, I want to say it's like 600 bucks, something like that. But I will not be doing that. I'm going to stick to the 150, pay that before the year comes up, and then get the new screen from there. Now, as for multimedia consumption in this screen, this is going to be where everything happens. This is going to be where you're using it the most. So if I go back into YouTube and go back to that video, you can see just right here alone, this is already bigger than that front screen. You've got more real estate to work with, and this is in portrait mode. Now, if you want to flip to the landscape, boom, there you go. Now you've got this whole thing to watch this videos, and that is the main reason I got this phone, which I don't know if I discussed it in my unboxing video, but this is the main reason I got this phone. I don't watch a lot of TV and stuff like that. I mainly stick to YouTube, so this is the reason why I got this phone right here, so that way I can actually watch videos and stuff like that and have a bigger screen to do it with. As for the speakers, let's see if I can turn this up. You can hear it. A little sleeve right here, so let's take this out. It'll come out. There we go. This is gonna be the box. Roll the game. I'll set this down. So as you can tell, the speakers are pretty great. It's got two speakers. It's got one up top, one down below. They are both obviously facing outwards, so you can cover it up with your hand if you do put it like this, but I tend to hold my phone like this when I'm watching videos, also because the back, I'm not touching the screen, I'm actually touching the back of the case, so I don't want to get too many fingerprints on the front of my screen. So I usually hold like this anyways, and that way both speakers are firing out this way, and it sounds perfectly fine. Even when you're gaming, stuff like that, it actually can kind of tell you left and right if there's an enemy by you. So we'll get into that a little bit later in the gaming section. Now, as for Instagram, as you can tell right here, there is plenty of real estate to kind of see pictures and stuff like that. It's really great for this. It does tend to kind of crop off the top and the bottom just slightly. I've noticed when people have some kind of text and stuff in the bottom of their videos and stuff, it will kind of get cropped out. So just be mindful of that. It's not going to show you the full amount, but when you are looking at something, you've got the full screen to kind of look at everything. So it does come in handy quite a bit with that. This is actually my Instagram right here. I'll leave a pop out for it right here so you can see what my name is, and I'll leave a link in the description. Go check me out, give me a follow. I have some pictures and stuff right here, as you can tell, of the camera quality, which we'll go over a little bit later again as well. As for Facebook, everything works pretty well here. No kind of cutoff or anything like that. It works really great, so no problems there. Twitter is going to be the exact same thing. No kind of problems here. Haven't had any kind of hiccups or anything. It flows through pretty well, scroll through pretty fast and everything like that. Again, I'll leave a little pop out with my Twitter name right there. You can go give me a follow if you want to. And yeah, like I said, we'll kind of contact on there. I try and get on social media as much as I can. I'm not too big on it, but if I had some more followers, obviously that would kind of help out with starting conversations, stuff like that. So yeah, leave me a follow if you don't mind, and we'll get to talking on there. Okay, so I kind of want to go over the cameras really quick. I'm not too big of a camera junkie. I don't even have an actual camcorder. I'm recording off my wife's phone, but like I said, I will say that these cameras are pretty good for my standard. They get the job done fairly well. I'm sure you've seen videos of mine with this camera where I'm playing basketball and stuff. That's actually using this phone. I actually record from this, so you can see footage of that if you go check out some of my older videos. But like I said, the cameras get the job done for me. I have no complaints. Like I said, it does have 3 cameras on the back on the main module right here. It's got, I believe, 2 on the inside right here, and then it's got the 1 on the front for the selfie camera right here. So like I said, to me, they get the job done plenty well. But like I said, you can do quite a bit of things. The biggest thing that I like about this phone is the wide angle. The wide angle is super cool to me. I don't know why, that's like my favorite lens to use whenever I'm recording or taking pictures of anything. So this is the one that I'll use the most, whether it's in photo or video. The live focus is actually pretty cool, where it's going to give you those depth effect, the kind of portrait mode, so to say. So like I said, I use these when I'm taking pictures of the kids and stuff like that when they're out and about. So like I said, it does come in handy quite a bit. So another thing I want to talk about is battery life. I will say, since I've gotten this phone, I've only done it once where I've charged it and let it drain out all the way to 0% and let it go throughout the whole day without charging it. That was actually the first day I got the phone. I charged it, took it to work, let it drain out completely. Like I said, I use this for work and stuff, watching videos and all that too when I was at the house. Let it drain completely to 0%. I would say it lasted me all day. As for hours wise, I would say it was probably a good maybe 6 hours, 6.5. If I'm gonna estimate. Again, that was back in October, so I don't have the best memory, but I would say it's probably 6 to 6.5. Now I do charge my phone throughout the day while I'm at work. I'll throw it on the car charger. It's actually the phone holder, and it's got a wireless charger on it, so I'll throw it on there between stores and stuff. So I don't go all day without charging my phone, but I do charge it every single night, and that way when I wake up, it's 100%. You know, I'm good to go. And I don't have to charge it throughout the day while I'm at work. I just choose to do that just because I don't like my phone getting lower than, you know, maybe 50%. Like right now it's at 64, if you can see that. There it is. So yeah, it's at 64%, as you can tell right there. But again, like I said, I don't like to let my phone get too low. I don't know why, it just freaks me out. I like to have my phone charged at all times, so I will pop it on the charger throughout the day. But I would say, if I'm going to take a guess, on average, I would say 5.5, 6.5 hours, which is pretty good considering, like I said, the amount of screen this thing is having to power. The battery life is pretty good on this thing, and like I said, I usually have it on the adaptive brightness and stuff like that. That way it saves as much. I've got pretty much everything I can in dark mode just to save as much battery as I can. The one thing I will say that drains my battery the most is gaming, and we'll get into that subject here in a second, but that will drain my battery pretty fast. But I mean, that's any phone. So I usually, if I'm going to be gaming, I'll either make sure it's fully charged before I start or throw it on the charger while I'm playing. Just depends on how I'm feeling that day. So since we've already talked about gaming, I want to kind of go over that. Obviously, I'm sure y'all saw my last unboxing video again. I'll link it up top. It's going to be of that little controller that I have, because I did say that I do play Call of Duty Mobile quite a bit. So like I said, the gaming aspect of this thing is phenomenal. Like I said, I like the fact that you have the full screen. Give me a second and I'll actually load up a game of Call of Duty, and that way you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Okay guys, so as you can tell, I've got the game loaded up right here. This is just a practice lobby against bots, so don't take it too serious. But as you can tell, you've got the full screen to kind of work with, so it does come in handy. I do feel like it's a pretty good advantage over anybody that's playing on a regular size phone, because I've got the giant screen to actually be able to see from far away. So let's go see if we can get a kill real quick. So yeah, as you can see right there, it does come in quite handy. Like I said, having this giant screen to kind of work with. Again, I haven't played with my fingers in a while.
That's what she said.
Been using that new controller that I've got. See if I can get the double. There we go. I've been using that new controller and stuff, so I'll leave it there. I don't want to get this video too long, but you can see what I'm talking about right there. So yeah, as you can tell, it does come in handy having this giant screen to play games and stuff. It does come in handy to be able to see the enemies and stuff like that. So I've been enjoying it so far, and it's worked out very well. So another thing I want to talk about is just the phone in general. I will say, since I've had it, when I pull it out, whether it's at one of my retailers or something like that, or I'm at a store, anywhere I pull it out, people tend to notice it, especially when I open this thing up. They will notice how big the screen is and start asking questions immediately. I feel like by now I should be paid by Samsung to be a spokesperson, because every time somebody does ask me, I kind of run over everything for it. So like I said, it does come in handy kind of knowing all this information. But in other words, like I said, it does have a wow factor to it, because people aren't used to seeing this. They're definitely not used to seeing their screens do this. Obviously, this is one of the first folding phones that came out, and people still don't actually know about this technology yet. So it feels kind of cool to be one of the first persons to have this. Obviously, there is little stuff about this phone that could be fixed, could be changed. This notch is huge. I wish they never did this. They are rumored to have the new one coming out. They're supposed to be announcing it in July, from what I've heard, the Fold 2. So that one is supposed to have a hole punch camera, so hopefully that's an improvement they do there. Also, I've heard that the front screen is supposed to actually be a lot bigger. So again, more little improvements. This was a first gen model. I didn't expect it to be perfect, but for me, it worked out fine. Like I said, it was more than enough for what I needed. My wife actually has the Galaxy Z Flip, which I'll put some video up of it over here. I do like the hinge on that phone a little bit better. They refined it a little bit more. I like the fact that you can kind of prop it up and leave it open without having it kind of open and close like this one does, where it just kind of flops open. It either wants to be open and closed. It doesn't want to be any other kind of orientation. So I do like that function that they have there. Hopefully the second gen will actually have that function as well. So as for, like I said, just kind of the wow factor of this phone, it definitely gets the job done there. People will, like I said, constantly ask me about this phone, or the people that do know about it will ask me that they can hold it and stuff, and I do get kind of worried about that. Again, like I said, I like to keep my stuff as perfect as possible, but I do kind of let them look at it and stuff like that, just to kind of get their curiosity going, just because, like I said, not a lot of people know about this technology, and it's very new to them, so they just kind of want to look at it and see what it's about. And if I can get the hype out there, then maybe, you know, change a couple minds. So we'll see. Overall, I will say this phone has been great to me. Haven't had any problems so far. Like I said, the hinge works perfectly fine, opens and shuts every time I want to use it. As far as any kind of dirt and stuff getting inside of here, I have yet to hear any kind of dirt crumbling or anything inside the hinge. So even though this one doesn't have the little fibers like the Galaxy Z Flip has in it, this one's done perfectly fine. And again, like I said, I live in West Texas. There's a ton of dirt around here. So like I said, I've had dirt present on my hinge, and I have yet to hear or see anything come up underneath my screen, anything like that. As you can tell right here, I'm going to turn this off so you can kind of see there's the whole hinge right there. No kind of bumps or anything like that underneath it. So like I said, it worked out perfectly fine for me. I love this phone. I'm going to continue to use it. Maybe when the second version does come out, maybe I'll pick up one of those. It just depends. I don't know if I want to spend some more money like this again, because this was quite expensive, but I do love it so far, and I've had no problems with it. No real complaints here. Like I said, little tweaks that I would do, but as far as an overall package, I would say it's a 9 out of 10, at least in my opinion. Again, everybody's going to have their own opinion. Some people don't even like Android. I understand that, but in my personal opinion, it's a great phone, and I don't encourage everybody to go out there and get it because it is very expensive. expensive, but if you do have the money and you are a tech enthusiast, I do feel like this was kind of the biggest innovation in phones in the most recent history that I can think of, because everything has kind of gotten a little stagnant. It's glass, metal, you know, triple cameras, quadruple cameras, whatever you want to say, stuff like that. Everybody's kind of improving the cameras, but as far as screen size, like, this is taking it to the next level. And the fact that you can have somewhat of a tablet and fold it in your pocket and go, it is chunky, I understand that, but the fact that you've got this ability to do this right here, that gets me every time. That's what sold me on this product. So again, like I said, I don't want to make this video too long, but I will say I love this phone and I'm going to continue using it, and I've had no problems. I don't even have a backup phone, so if this thing messes up, this is all I got. So yeah, like I said, I went all in on this phone and it paid off for me. So if you liked it, leave a like. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe and tap that notification bell. I'm gonna have future videos coming up. I'll have another review of the little FlyDigi Wasp controller that I put up the other day. So like I said, I'll have a review coming out about that as well. So yeah, other than that, guys, I'll leave it here. I'll catch you guys later.